If you're looking for a convenient, quick move-in home with very transparent pricing that's very close to a ton of amenities, then look no further. You are in the right place. Today, I'm going to be introducing you to Crossrail Station by Meritage Homes. Hey there and welcome back. So if this is your first time to the channel, my name is Will Simoneaux and I am a new construction expert with Dreamline Realty. So you are on our brand new Charlotte Homes YouTube channel where I cover everything from all the builders, neighborhoods, and floor plans in the greater Charlotte area. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, you're in the market for a new construction home, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button to be aware of all those new builders and communities out there for you. But let me get right into the neighborhood for you. So again, Crossrail Station by Meritage Homes is going to be located in Mooresville, just north of Charlotte, right off of Interstate 77. So this is just a quick little 7-minute drive to the downtown Mooresville area. So that's super nice that you're going to be right down the road from that. And what I want to do, let me pop you on the map real quick here so you can have a better understanding on the bearings rather than just hearing me talk about it. So you can see Crossrail Station is going to be right here. You can see it's so new that the satellites haven't even been updated, and the trees, but the roads are imported right now. So as I zoom out a little bit more for you here, you'll see that 77 is going to be right here, right off the road right there. And then the downtown Mooresville area is just going to be a straight shot. But you can see right here, it is just right a straight shot into that downtown Mooresville area. And what I like to tell people whenever I'm showing people around on the maps, you're going to be looking for these green areas as well as all these white areas. So the main thing about a lot of these communities, especially if you're looking for townhomes, you want to be close to a lot of conveniences, amenities, and things to do. And you can see you are very close to this very white, dense area. And what that means to me is that's very commercially dense. They have a lot of buildings and they have a lot of amenities and things to do. So this downtown Mooresville area, I'll switch it over to satellite now so you can see, and there's a better idea. There is a lot of stuff going on up here. This is pretty much where you're going to primarily do all your shopping, and this is all going to be within that 7-minute drive. You have your Sam's Club, Target, Lowe's Home Improvement, Walmart Supercenter, Costco as well, Chick-fil-A. You can't miss out on Chick-fil-A. And I'm working with a lot of people that come from New York, so definitely going to turn into a Chick-fil-A tribe. But and also in this downtown Mooresville area, there's a ton of stuff to do as well. One of the great places to go check out is going to be the Barcelona Burger and Beer Garden. Go get you some wine, go get some beer, go hang out, almost like a food hall type feel. Really nice to just go spend a night out over there. So I recommend checking that out. And then one of the highest rated burger places as well is in Mooresville as well. I've seen about it all over TikTok and Instagram, but I haven't gone there as of yet, but I would strongly recommend going over in Mooresville to check that out. But yeah, let me pop you back over here. You can see the neighborhood itself is laid out right here, and I'll get more into that in a little bit more. But that's that downtown Mooresville area. If I zoom back out again right for you here, just for your bearings, you can see where that red pin is. That's going to be that Crossrail Towns. But a lot of times when you're looking at a potential neighborhood, you want to be aware of the commute times, because a lot of people are still going to be potentially still working in the uptown Charlotte area, or going to watch a game in uptown Charlotte, or just have a little bit more of that lifestyle down there. So I'm gonna pull this up real quick for you here, but you can see you're just a straight shot off of 77, right off the interstate. So it's super nice. You don't have to go down a lot of back roads. It's just going to be a complete straight shot if you ever are trying to get into uptown Charlotte. But as I plug this in for you right here, it's going to pull up the drive time. The drive time right now is going to be 28 minutes. So Interstate 77, it has a toll pass. So I would strongly recommend, if you were looking in this neighborhood, if you're going into uptown very frequently, to get a toll pass. Interstate 77 can get a good bit of congestion around rush hour, especially. But if you do have that toll pass, you can zoom right on by. But if you don't have that toll pass, and I'm shooting this video right now at 5:30 around rush hour traffic, and you're looking at about a 35-minute driving window. So not too bad of a commute to get into uptown if you're maybe a hybrid worker or work, every weekday. But I just wanted to show you that. And then also, a lot of people, do a lot of traveling. The commute to the airport itself is going to be 32 minutes, so not a major difference there. But it's good to know that stuff. And I always like to briefly touch on that for everybody. But the community itself, Crossrail Station is going to be currently zoned for Cottle Creek Elementary, Woodland Heights, and Lake Norman High School. So if schools are a big factor for you, go in the description below. We have a ton of resources in there. One of those is going to be greatschools.org. That is a great resource to go in there and personally see what all the schools in that region are zoned for and assigned for that specific community. So go in there, see how they're rating that school and how they got to that rating, so that way you can make a well-informed decision. But talking about the neighborhood, I always like to briefly mention about other potential options that are out there. Honestly, there really isn't a lot of other options in this region of Crossrail Station. So over here, there really isn't a lot of other communities that are similar for townhomes in this Mooresville area. So just keep that in mind, but I always recommend subscribing because there are a lot of developments coming soon, and I keep track of all of them. So I'm very organized, and I want to make sure that I'm doing as my part and doing my job to give you as much information as possible to be aware of all the different communities and builders out there. So I'm very organized, and I refer to this as my Bible. But this is about a list of all the different new construction communities in and out of the greater Charlotte area, on neighborhoods that I have not done and neighborhoods that I have done as well. So I constantly reference this whenever I'm communicating with my clients to make sure I leave no stone left unturned for you. And like I mentioned, there aren't a ton of other options that are checking a lot of boxes that Crossrail Station has in the region, but definitely reach out to me, or better yet, subscribe like I mentioned, because I'm going to be doing all videos on all the different options that are coming up in the area. And again, I'm aware of all the different coming soon neighborhoods as well that haven't even broke ground. But this is something that I would usually do. If you go in the description below, we love to put a face to a name and do a Zoom call with our clients. So if you want some more information, you want me to go more in depth on a spreadsheet like this for you, definitely you can scan this QR code or go in the description below, and we'd love to put a face to a name and hear more about your situation, and then I can get to work for you. So what that would entail, what I do for my clients, I love what I do. I like to set myself apart from other realtors out there that may just set somebody up on a search for listings that are out there. You can't really do that nowadays because new construction sells so quickly, and I need to make sure that you know the options before they put any inventory out there, because sometimes they sell just in-house and don't put their listings out there. So what I do for my clients is I take this whole spreadsheet for you here, and then I plug it in and go handpick all the different communities that, based on our conversation, our brief conversation on what you're looking for, I can handpick all those different options that are out there and place them in this nice organized list. And that way you have a game plan, you have a roadmap on all those options for you. And I like to give you as much information as possible based on my feedback, my thoughts, and that way you can take it and run with it, and you can become all these links are clickable with all the resources that you need to become familiar with all these different communities. That's really what you need to do to be successful in finding your next dream home. So again, I love what I do. I love being able to create these for clients and being able to have that back and forth and narrow down all the options. You can go from a larger list like this. This was for a client that was very open. They were looking at about 45 minutes radius to uptown Charlotte. So, there was a lot that I had to go through and condense down for her. And there's still going to be more that would need to be done in this situation like this, but at least you're aware of all the options and you can bounce right off of that. So again, but if that sounds like something you're interested in, definitely reach out to us. Scan that QR code. We'd love to hear from you. But let me hop back over and talk more about the neighborhood for you here. This will be definitely a pocketed townhome community that will offer two different two-story floor plans with rear load garages for townhomes. And the square footage is going to be ranging from 1697 to 1865. So all the plans will include 3 to 4 beds and 2 full bathrooms upstairs, as well as a half bath for the downstairs living room area for all your guests or your entertainment that you may have. So I've worked with Meritage Homes a good bit in the past. I really like their process. Again, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, they're very transparent with their pricing. They also are very energy efficient homes. So I call them Yeti homes. They use spray foam throughout their home on all the exterior walls, and that does a great job of insulating and also creating an air barrier. So the less leaky your home is, or more Yeti airtight it is, the better, more efficient is going to be at soundproofing, becoming better efficiency for keeping the heat or cool in your home, and just being more comfortable at home. So that's something that's great. That's going to bring down your energy pricing and just the overall convenience and enjoyment of your home itself. So that's a very undermined thing. People don't think about that much whenever they're looking at stuff. They just kind of look at the flashy different finishes or fixtures throughout the home, but this is a great home that I think that you're going to love for years to come just because of the energy efficiency. So keep that in mind. But like I mentioned, they do have very transparent pricing in their process, and their pricing is going to start from the high 300,000s all the way to the low 400,000. So As I'm shooting this video right now, they do have a good bit of inventory out there at the moment, but what I would recommend doing, again, we have a ton of resources out there for you in the description below. One of those is a link to all the current and active inventory and pricing of the community. So whether you're watching this video now or 5 years from now, you can go be aware of any new listings that are out there and see what the price currently is, because the pricing is always going to change in the real estate environment that we're in right now. So be sure to go check that out. I always recommend to do that, especially because right now, as I'm shooting this video, there are 9 quick moving homes ready on the market right now. So be sure to go check that out. I think that's going to be a great resource for you to check, for you to overview. Now there is an HOA fee in the community, as is with a lot of townhomes. Now that HOA fee is going to be $240 a month. That covers your general neighborhood upkeep and lawn maintenance as well throughout the neighborhood. So you don't have to worry about all that maintenance and upkeep, and you can really, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, go and join the area of Mooresville in that Cornelius area rather than having to worry about all that headache. So that's one of the great conveniences about townhomes. Now this is a more smaller, tight-knit community. They only have 70 total lots, and they've only sold 1 as I'm shooting this video, since they just recently opened up for sales. But they usually sell very quickly, but keep that in mind. Whenever they usually sell throughout the neighborhood, they usually increase in price. But I would strongly recommend to get in sooner rather than later, and if you want some more information on that, definitely reach out to me, and I would be more than happy to get you in touch with the sales rep over there, or schedule a showing, or just, again, go over all those other potential options that may be out there and get that roadmap for you. But I hope all this information was helpful for you. If it was, definitely hit that like button out. That helps me out a ton in putting out content just like this for people like you, trying to become more familiar with the Charlotte new construction market. But I've been talking a lot for you here. Hopefully it was good information, but let me get you inside this model home, this Lancaster model by Meritage Homes, to have an idea on what to expect in Crossrail Station.